love, reaching out for each other's hand. Maybe we'll discover what we should have known all along. Oh, but one way or another, together's where we both belong. Yeah, if we listen to each other's heart, we'll find we're never too far apart. And maybe love is a reason why, for the first time ever, we're seeing it eye to eye. Oh yeah.
Welcome to Wreck My Podcast. This is Cam subbing for Jordan because he is currently indisposed. To my left, I have Krager. He also has a Bigfoot. Joe, he eats soup with a cigarette lighter, and he eats the cigarette lighter. He's just goofy. It's Jordan and me, your whore, your host. Yahoo! It's Cam. I hosted the beginning.
I like it. That's good. Thank you, Cam.
Yeah.
You picked up my slack because I didn't write down anything to say for that intro. But guys, did you know Goofy had a son?
I did.
No?
No.
Well, here's a movie that allows Disney to capitalize on characters that we are unaware of.
right. Good old Max.
So we watched a Goofy movie. It was released. I'm just going to get into it. I feel like that was a weird transition.
It was.
It was released on April 7th, 1995, directed by Kevin Lima, who also did Enchanted, Tarzan, and was a writer on Aladdin. So he's got his hand in the Disney pot, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's got his gloved hand in the Disney pot.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love Disney Pot?
Yeah, Disney pot's
Disney
the
pot.
best pot.
Yeah.
This made $35 million domestically with a $6 million opening weekend. I didn't see what the budget was, but I assume they made their money back.
I would
don't know.
imagine so.
Yeah.
And probably since then, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. The Rotten Tomatoes, the critics gave it a 44%.
Okay.
And it has a 70% audience score on there.
It's
So
probably just a heavy nostalgia score.
yeah, it's totally
definitely.
heavy nostalgia. Like, I remember watching this movie. I pretty much wore the VHS out when I was a kid because I watched this movie so much.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, but what was weird is rewatching it, I forgot it was technically a musical.
Yeah.
I totally forgot there were musical numbers every 5 minutes.
Same.
Yeah. No, like it was.
Don't remember that.
It was funny. We were talking. So when we watched it, Cam, Joe, myself, and one of Cam's friends, we all watched it together.
Shout out Kendra.
Yeah, shout out Kendra.
Kendra.
So the whole movie.
Hi, Kendra.
Hi, Kendra.
Hi, Kenny.
Kendra.
Actually, her name is Princess Kenny. No, because when Cam
Jokes that I'm not aware of.
when Cam answered the phone to say hi to her, he's like, "Oh, hey, Kenny." I'm all like, "Oh, who's your friend?" And he's like, "Oh, it's my friend
In
Kendra."
true
I'm
Krager
like,
fashion, he's like, "Who's calling us?"
Yeah.
I was like,
calling
I
us.
thought it was a dude because he said, "Hey, Kenny." So
And then he found out it was a girl and he was sorely disappointed.
exactly. And no, so if you watch South Park, there's an episode where Kenny's a princess, and so he teams up with the Sony, so they call him the Princess of Kenny.
Nice.
Yeah,
there you go.
so
Okay.
she is Princess
That
Kenny.
was a long walk for a short drink.
Yeah, really short drink. But basically, what I meant to say was,
He's not done.
No, continue. I want to know. Now you've piqued my interest.
okay, Joe and Kenny were singing along to every single song. I'm all like, I only saw this once, and I was half seeing it, half remembering it. Like as I saw this, I'm like, oh, I kind of remember that, but it was like mild.
Krager and I were in the same boat.
You know, was it a boat going down the river that was actually your car?
Yeah.
You know what was weirder? The reason I didn't remember this is because after I watched it again, I remembered I had the soundtrack disc. So I literally would listen to these songs and sing them. Yep. How did I not remember this was a musical?
I don't know.
I had them as two separate components, and I still didn't remember this.
Joe also would just say lines when they happened.
Yeah.
Like right before they were like, "How many cups of sugar does it take to get to the moon?"
Okay.
3.5.
Another more annoying thing that no one cares about.
That's my favorite segment.
Don't ever watch the first Fast and Furious with Joe, because that he can do with every single line of the entire movie.
It's because Joe also lives his life a quarter mile at a time.
That's true.
And he loves Corona and family.
Yeah, he loves family.
And Corona.
Yeah. Incidentally, you have a cousin named Corona, right?
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, Coach Steve.
Anyway. I don't know. This one's for Jason, who's probably not listening. So let's talk about some of the voice actors on this thing.
Let's do it.
Bill Farmar,
Nice.
voice of Goofy. He's pretty much voiced Goofy in everything from the 80s up till even now. He's still doing it. He also voiced Sylvester and Yosemite Sam and Foghorn Leghorn in Space Jam.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Foghorn Leghorn is a really hard name to say.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah.
Say it
I
three
see
times
you. I'm
fast.
going to beat you with the man. Now, don't you do that.
That was really good.
That was terrible.
That was accurate.
That was awful.
Accurate.
Jason Marsden, no, not the other Marsden. Jason Marsden is Max. He did an episode of Star Trek Next Generation. He also voiced Thackeray Binks from Hocus Pocus.
yeah.
He was a recurring character in Full House and Boy Meets World. You guys
Yep.
remember Eric's
Yep.
friend in the earlier
Yep.
season of Boy Meets World?
Yeah.
That's him.
Oh,
That's him.
okay.
Yep. Jim Cummings played...
Nice.
Heyo.
Oh, I'm sorry. I also skipped a bunch here. The English version of Spirited Away, Jason Marsden was in as well. He voiced Invader Zim. He did a bunch of voices in Knights of the Old Republic. He's Red Star in Teen Titans, and he also plays Chester in The Fairly Odd Parents. This
And
dude has tons of credits.
That wasn't also his only animal they played for Disney. He was the cat in Hocus Pocus.
That's
You
what I
already
said.
said that.
Thackeray Binks. It was like the first thing I said.
I didn't listen.
Yeah, he's too busy trying to look up his own stuff to take on the host.
No,
Come on.
I'm trying to help out.
That's what I have to say about that. So Jim Cummings, he plays Pete. He's also does the voice of Winnie the Pooh and Tigger in a bunch of stuff. Even in Christopher Robin, that new movie that
Yeah,
just
I
came
saw
out,
that.
he did that. He is Ray in The Princess and the Frog. Don't know who that is. He
Ray's
played,
the lightning bug that
Yeah,
but
does.
I
she-
never
she's
watched
the one-
Princess and the Frog,
She's
so I
the one
don't
that
know.
gets like trained by Luke. She becomes like the next Jedi.
Yeah.
Oh, that Ray. Well, speaking of Star Wars, he plays the voice of Hondo in Star Wars Rebels and Clone Wars, if you're nasty. He does some
you're
voices in Mass Effect. He's Cat in Cat Dog.
Oh,
He's
nice.
also in
wow.
Titan AE, which is one we're going to do
Oh, yeah,
eventually
I'm
here.
so
I
good.
bought it to do it, and then we never did it, but it's still sitting on my shelf.
Dope.
He was Shredder in TMNT.
Sick.
He was Darkwing Duck. He was Louie from Tailspin,
Let's
and he was
get
Monterey Jack
dangerous.
from Rescue Ranger.
And I
Yeah.
know another one you missed.
What?
Oh, never mind. Different character.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh!
different character.
Yeah.
So Jim Cummings, Kelly Martin.
Wait, did you say PJ?
No, I haven't done PJ yet. That was Pete. That was Pete.
Oh, okay.
Pay attention,
Pete,
Bagger.
Pete will get the PJ. Kelly
I'm all
Martin
over the
played
place.
Roxanne. Everyone.
Roxanne!
That was so loud.
At the time,
Sorry.
all of us loved moles on the face.
Oh, dude, like
No.
we were saying,
Yeah,
like
me and Kim both like, oh, she's still hot now.
yeah, well, it was like we loved her when we were kids.
I'm going to say two things about this movie real quick here. This movie, none of the drama would have happened if that damn glove box just didn't pop open so easily.
Yeah.
Two, none of this would have been a problem if Roxanne wasn't such a B word, because she was legitimately just going to dump Max because he had an excuse. He had to leave and didn't let anyone. And then until he was like, oh, but I'm actually going to be on stage with the biggest pop star around. She's like, oh, now I'm still interested again.
Yeah, that
Like, come on.
just
that
as she was just into his
Yeah, she was
status.
just like,
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
I'll go with someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
But
exactly.
But also, I felt that so hard when like they both liked each other, but neither of them realized it. I felt that really deep.
I'm sorry. Wow, Craig and I were talking. I was like, dude, yeah, big attraction. And then also, guess what hair color she is?
Oh, redhead.
Yeah, we just,
Orange head.
Damn.
They have
Yeah.
a thing for redheads.
Yeah,
Can't
we
blame
do.
that. Also, she's thick.
Yeah, she's thick.
Yeah. So
She's a thick 13-year-old.
no, by now she's like
Joan, I
30.
know.
She's like 34. She's fine now.
Let's not get into the
Okay.
bowling alley.
Yeah, we're good.
Oh God. Okay.
That's a
Okay.
B-roll story.
No, they're talking about the bowling alley in the top of Pete's RV. That's what they're talking about.
That's a B-hole story.
That's a B-hole story.
How funny was it that he calls PJ up to knock down the one pin?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do. So Kelly Martin plays Roxanne. She was Jen in Malibu's Most Wanted, which is a movie we all love. Or the three of us love. I don't know if Cam actually likes that. And she also played Lucy Knight in ER. Now, PJ is voiced by Rob Paulson, which you may also know as pretty much at least one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in every single Teenage Mutant Ninja
Yeah.
Turtle
Basically.
voice
No, that's
character.
cool.
Dexter's Lab, he did some voice in there. Carl Weezer
Carl
Yeah, that- that's
and
the-
Jimmy
that's-
Neutron. They
that's
sound
one-
exactly the
yeah,
same.
that's when we were like, oh.
Yeah, he did Wacko in the Animaniacs.
Oh, that's cool.
He was also Pinky.
Oh, nice.
Narf. So Wallace Shawn played the principal.
Oh my God.
Vinzini.
Inconceivable.
Vinzini from, yeah, from Princess Bride.
When there's death on the line.
And then finally, Aaron Lohr was the person who did Max's singing voice. You know him from Rent and Newsies and all
Wait,
Oh,
that.
that makes sense. That totally makes sense.
Yeah.
So he didn't do his own singing.
Here's the thing. Jason Marsden is a good singer who could have done it. And him and Aaron Lohr are actually friends because they've done Broadway stuff together. But they promised Aaron Lohr to do the singing voice, so they let him do the singing voice, even though it would have sounded exactly the same, honestly.
Right.
But,
Yeah,
Aaron Lohr, I think at the time, had a lot more repertoire.
Right.
I guess
He was
you
a
could-
bigger
I
name.
guess you could say that story's filled with a lot of lore.
Yes.
Wow.
So, guys, let's talk about this movie real quick here. I
All
took
right.
a bunch of notes. We'll go through the plot. We'll stop. We'll talk about some stuff.
Can I play my favorite cameo Goofy ever did, though?
Yes.
Okay,
What's
ready?
your favorite cameo Goofy ever did?
Goofy, do you remember when Goofy sang "Bring Me to Life" by Evanescence?
Evanescence. What?
No.
Buffering.
Buffering.
Oh, man. Suspense.
Oh boy.
How can you see into my eyes like open doors, leading you down to my core, where I've become so numb, without a soul.
Oh, notifications.
My spirit's leaving somewhere.
Oh my
I'll
god.
just wait till the chorus and I'll turn it off.
amazing. Oh my gosh,
Oh
that's
my
amazing.
God.
That wasn't Bill Farmer that did that. It was just a
It was
person,
just some
right?
guy. I saw it
Okay.
on like Tumblr like 9 years ago,
Oh my
and
God.
the whole time we were watching that movie last night, I just kept on wanting to go, "Wake me up, wake me up."
That is
me
amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, so good.
So good. Okay, guys, so this movie starts off. Max has a nightmare that he turns into his dad. Max obviously loves Powerline. He's got a million things in his room with Powerline, who is a mixture between Prince and Michael Jackson, it seems.
Yeah.
They have a musical number while he's going to school, and that's the moment I realized that they sang a
After
bunch in this
today.
movie. Yeah. And so that was interesting. Also, that chick in like the... There's a girl in it who shows up a little bit later. It's like, "Hey Max, how you doing?" And I'm like, that girl is not in junior high. That girl is like a college student.
Nah,
Like,
she looked good though.
yeah.
She looked like she'd be bowling somewhere.
And then we meet Pauly Shore as Bobby, Leaning
Shannon!
Tower of Jesus. Oh, my favorite character. Then we have Max taking over the pep rally and doing a Powerline concert. The one thing I found very weird about this, there is a trap door in the auditorium for some reason.
Yeah, we did
And I was
say
like,
that.
where did that come from? Why is that a thing? That seems unsafe. Next, we find out Goofy works at Kmart doing photography, and the mom is really digging Goofy. There was some bedroom eyes going on there. Pete is a dick.
Pete is a
boss.
dick.
Yeah, and also he uses Velcro in a very interesting way to make that baby like stick, and then she goes running off butt naked later
Yeah.
on, and like that was a little weird. Those nuns show up for the first time and they keep showing up
And
the
they
whole
are
day of the
like,
movie.
They're
yeah,
prevalent.
They follow.
Yeah.
They're, like following.
Yeah, they are following Goofy
Yeah.
for some reason. They get in trouble because of the concert. Max and PJ and Bobby get in trouble, but he gets to talk to Roxanne, and Roxanne's digging on him, and they're going to go on a date together, which is super cool. The principal calls Goofy, which quickly escalates. Like
yeah.
it went from like your son did
Your
something
son's in
bad
trouble.
to he's going to the electric chair. He's part of a gang.
You know, Cam made an interesting, I guess, discovery by that scene when he
Yeah.
calls Goofy. He calls him Mr. Goof,
Yeah.
which means
His
that
name is
Max-
Goofy Goof.
His
Yeah.
name is Goofy Goof.
This is
Did we-
100% accurate.
Was this
Yeah.
a known fact?
Yeah, it is. This is a known. We'll get into my fun facts in a little bit. I have
Goofy
fun.
Goof.
Goofy Goof is his name. Goofy Goof. Goofy has a long and shall I say, historied past. Is that the political
I
way
think
of
that's
saying
fair.
it?
I think it's a good way to say it.
So we'll talk about that a little bit later. Max saves a baby. We find out Donald Duck is Goofy's best friend. They're going on vacation.
We talked about that too. And Max saved
Yeah.
the baby.
Yeah.
from
they're
trying
just like
to kill
Max just
itself.
casually takes his skateboard through a house and saves a baby from dying.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
Also, it was kind of
he's a great
reminiscent.
guy.
It was kind of reminiscent of Ferris Bueller's Day Off because he's like
Yeah,
running
that
through
whole
the
scene.
backyards.
Oh,
and
Kendra
everything.
said that.
Yeah.
Kendra
Yeah.
was like, "All right, Ferris."
Yeah, I like that. I like
Yeah.
that a lot. So they go on vacation now, but before they do, Max has to go tell Roxanne we can't go on our date. This is where I realize Roxanne is such a jerk, and if she wasn't such a jerk, Max would have never had to lie. Hence, the catalyst of this movie would have never had to take place. Max would have just been a bored teenager being on a family road trip like all of us have been. Next, they have their open road number where we get our sound of Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, we got
which
it.
is cool. And so they've had the goofy Wilhelm scream and the real Wilhelm scream in this movie. Mickey and Donald show up, Michael Jackson's hand, and then did you guys notice at the end there's a guy trapped in a trunk?
Yes.
And he when they're singing,
Yeah,
and then that
we
trunk
talked
pops up, and
about
he's
it.
like, I'm like,
he had
that
cement.
guy's gonna die.
He had
Yeah,
cement
cement
around his ankle.
and all tied up, and then there was also
that's
a
morbid.
corpse.
Yeah, and the corpse was singing.
Yeah.
Morbid, really weird. They go to Lester's Possum Park as their first stop off.
Oh my
Pretty much the
God.
Country Bear Jamboree mixed with Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
But creepier.
Yeah, way creepier. So Max continues to be a bratty teenager. They go camping. Pete rolls up with his RV, which is like ridiculous how big this RV is. Also, I want to own this thing.
Hell yeah.
Bigfoot shows up.
Yeah, he
The
does.
one of the
He-
best characters
He's
in the
real.
movie.
Yeah.
I love Bigfoot. Shows up. Max and Goofy get trapped in their car because Bigfoot wants to eat their brains.
Yeah.
Do we really know anyone's eat their brains?
No, he probably just wants to like give him a hug, and then they're freaked out because who's giving love to Bigfoot? Bigfoot needs love too.
I love Bigfoot.
Too much self-love.
Too much self-love? I don't think so.
I don't know. Bigfoot loves the Bee Gees.
we
so
have-
he's okay in my book.
Yeah, he does.
We have the heartstring moment of High Dad Soup
High Dad
here.
Soup.
Everyone remembers High Dad Soup.
Yeah.
Max can't sleep. Oh, no, I forgot to say, Bigfoot dances to my theme song,
Yep.
Staying Alive.
Yes.
Love it. That was always my favorite part.
Yeah,
no,
it's
that's
just like-
my theme song.
Yeah, mine is Making My Dreams Come True by Hall & Oates.
Oh, okay. I like that one.
Nah, Staying Alive. Oh, yeah, that is a good one.
It's what Joseph Gordon-Levitt to danced after he had sex on 500 Days of Summer.
Wouldn't you if you had sex
Yeah,
with
that-
Zooey Deschanel?
Yeah. So Max can't sleep because of the snoring, and he changes the map to go to L.A., which also wouldn't work because like that paper is super thin.
Yeah.
That pencil would not have written, and he's also erasing, which would not
Would
have
just
worked
tear up
on
the map.
that map
Also,
either.
Did you see where they originated from? So
Yeah,
we know where they
that's
live.
one of my facts.
Okay,
we'll get to
I'll
that.
leave it
We'll
for
get
you.
to that. We'll get to that fact. Fun fact. Let's see here. Apparently, they get away from Bigfoot because the next scene we see is they're in a diner eating breakfast. Max flat out lies about traveling to where they're going and
Idaho.
everything. Yeah, and everything. Cue travel montage. So they do a bunch of fun stuff for both goofs. We end up at Neptune Inn. That is definitely where they charge by the hour. Goofy realizes that
Yeah, that hotel room was kind of cool. It had like fish in the bed.
Yeah, the fish in the bed.
It reminded
is
me of
interesting.
Sex Drive.
I don't remember a scene where they go to a motel in Sex Drive.
Okay, never mind then.
I just remember
for that one
remember
for that one random listener.
Yeah,
you
that
get it.
remembers Sex Drive. I just remember Sex
Cameron got
Drive
it.
had an uncensored version or an
Oh, yeah, with
unrated
the giant
version.
black dick?
Yeah, and they literally just had like as they were
Running through the cornfield.
running through the cornfield, they would just have random boobs and dicks like throughout
A
the
giant
but through the
dick.
whole movie. They
Yeah.
like the regular movie wouldn't have it, and they just pretty much photoshopped or like chroma keyed in people naked, and that was their unrated version. Pretty funny. So they go to Neptune, and Goofy realizes the map has changed. And as I said, if that damn glove box didn't just
No,
keep opening all the
He
time,
only realized it because Pete told him.
yes, Pete did tell him. And so not only did Max lie to his dad, but his dad doesn't really trust Max. So there's kind of distrust on both sides. The car gets pushed into the river because Goofy is really upset that Max is lying to him.
He's
and
also
he
a
knows
really
it.
bad driver.
He is a really bad driver. Yeah, he
He
drives
never
with his
looks at
feet.
the road.
He drives with his feet.
It's like when I'm in the car with Cam. It's just scary.
That's fair.
Anyway, also Cam has a giant bag of crap on the top of his car that's held on by a rope.
Constantly.
Constantly.
But he lost the pans.
He does.
I did
He
that.
keeps
I lost
losing
my
that pan
I
every
lose my
time.
pans
At
regularly.
the end of musical numbers only. So the car gets pushed into a river and they fight. And wouldn't you know it, the power of a musical number brings them back together.
Yeah, of course.
That
Did you see how pretty that little cavern they went through was?
Oh, so pretty.
Yeah.
Yes. And then next, sorry, I lost my spot. Next, waterfall.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. Max saves Goofy
With the
with
perfect
the
cast.
perfect cast.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
The perfect cast.
And now they're going to L.A. because
Yeah.
they reconcile their differences, and Goofy's like, we're going to get you on stage, even though that could get us put in prison.
Yeah, Goofy's like,
So-
you know what? I'm going to get my son laid.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Goofy's like, I haven't gotten laid in years.
Yeah, gorge.
Time for my son.
Do we ever
Gorge.
find out what happened to Mrs. Goofy?
It might be in my fun facts, but I don't think so.
Plus, secret hidden talent he has. He can fit in a guitar case.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
can.
gonna
Way
say.
to
So they
go.
sneak into the concert using the cases, which is kind of fun. Max gets on stage, and of course, the best musical number of the whole movie,
Oh, yeah.
"Eye to Eye."
Yes.
That song is awesome.
Yeah, by
I-
Powerline.
Yeah, by Powerline with that awesome like keytar type thing
Oh,
at the
it's so
beginning. Oh,
good.
it's so good. Okay. Oh, good. Now Roxanne can like Max again because he did something superficial.
Yeah.
Good for him. Max confesses to Roxanne, and she says she liked him before the story, even though she definitely did
Which
not.
I gotta say, why?
She did.
Why is
No.
Why is he lying? Like, I mean, why is he
Confessing?
Yeah, like that.
Because he's being a nice guy. He's showing character development and growth, Krager. Just because you get away with it doesn't mean that it's the right thing.
true, but I mean, come on.
Lawyered.
Lawyered.
And then finally, Goofy gets skyrocketed and the end. So
Yeah.
that's the movie. Anything stick out to you guys that
I will
we
say,
didn't discuss on that?
Not that we didn't discuss, but I will say that even when I was a little kid, I was like, why is Max so mean to his dad?
Yeah,
Like,
seriously.
And it like made me really sad, and it still made me sad as an adult. And I was like, you know what? I know people like when you're a teenager, you have issues with your parents and all that stuff, but like Goofy is such a good father that
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's kind of not okay to be mean to him.
Well, and mother, because as we know, he wears his towels like a
he
female.
does. He does.
Yes.
And his slippers.
He's covering up
No.
his like goof nips.
Yeah.
Some
Like,
of the,
I think it's
it-
funny that they can take their shoes off, but they never take their.
I said
Gloves,
that.
yeah.
I said that, and I hated his feet.
Oh,
Can I
the
say that
feet
right
are,
now?
like,
they creeped me out.
Yeah, they're creepy.
Yeah. Don't look up why they keep their gloves on.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not- Cam showed us it's not pretty.
Yeah, show the thing.
Why? What is it?
All their fingers are penises.
That's amazing. That is so funny.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
favorite part in an extremely goofy movie is when Bobby's like, "You guys ever notice why we always are wearing gloves?"
yeah, yeah.
The best part of any
Best
Disney
Pauly
movie
Shore
ever.
line
Yeah.
in that movie. I don't know if I want to say ever.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I definitely was like,
The best Polly Shore line of all time is "Wheezin' the Juice" from
is that
Encino
Encino Man?
Man?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh,
Everything
God, I
he
missed
says
that
in
movie.
Encino Man is so
What up,
good.
Yeah.
buddy?
Buddy.
oh man, I don't know. I was very taken aback because it's like I was like, oh man, this is my dad. My dad loves me so much, but he purposely tries to embarrass me when I'm in public any way he can.
Speaking of that, I watched Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse for the first time this weekend, and they have that scene where the
Yeah.
dad's like, "Tell me you love me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my dad does that stuff. Like, he'll like grab me,
a
like
good
kiss
movie.
me on the head. I'm like, dude, we're at a cash register with a hot like girl. What are you doing right now? Like,
Yeah.
To this, day.
I would love if my dad kissed me.
On
Just
the-
kidding,
on
he
the head.
does. So anyway, I'm gonna talk
That's
about
why
some.
he goes to therapy.
Yeah, as to why I'm in therapy right now. So let's talk about some trivia, fun fact type stuff and everything here. If we're not gonna talk about other things that we normally talk about.
Yeah, let's
so
do it. Let's do it.
first thing, Powerline costume is a nod to Devo, that hazmat
Nice.
suit. Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's pretty cool. Cam's got a lot of stuff going on over there. Cam's trying to have like a life while on this podcast.
I am.
Yes, he is.
Do you care to expound?
Nope.
Not yet.
So Mickey shows up in the Powerline crowd and the auditorium crowd when Max performs. So
Yeah.
not only
yeah,
on
yeah.
the side of the road, but he's in the crowds as well.
He's also a telephone.
He is a telephone. I had that telephone actually.
did?
Yeah, they made that telephone.
You
and
had
I
that?
It was a dial, a rotary dial,
Uh-huh.
and everything. Yeah, it was super cool.
Was anyone else really interested in this road trip that Mickey and Donald Duck were about to have?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
like
wondering what was going on
hitchhiking,
there,
like
yeah.
what they were doing, like where are
Mhm.
you going? Also, whenever they played 20 Questions, it was always Walt Disney.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Like, how metaphysical is that? That your
Yeah.
creator is the person in your universe.
Yes.
This is the only Disney film where Star Trek is referenced. Because those
It was, the two
those
nerds.
And I was like, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. I'm like, what? As a
part was
kid, I
funny.
thought that was like a legitimate cat call type thing. Then realized I'm just like, yeah, that's like just a stupid cartoon.
Yeah.
Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. Steve Martin was considered to voice Goofy for this,
Oh.
which is kind of interesting.
That
since
is
Bill
interesting.
Farmar was the voice pretty much for
Yeah.
everything up to this point. Rob Paulson, who plays PJ, has never seen the film in its entirety.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there a specific reason for that?
No, he just said he's never seen it in its entirety. He got sick night of the premiere and just never watched it. I don't know.
Huh. That makes sense.
There's a sign above the Bat Caverns. Did you guys see that?
Oh,
When they
yeah.
take the picture, it says
Yes.
Carl's Butt Cavern.
Yes.
Butt. I love that. That's funny. One of Powerline's original names, so they went through a bunch of names before it was Powerline, and one of them was Deep Freeze,
Ooh.
Interesting.
which is also
What
Mr.
happens to me with
Freeze's
women.
Yeah.
child.
Yeah.
That's also what happens to me with women like all the time.
Oh, the Deep Freeze?
Yep.
Yeah. It's also, if you wanted to hear our Would You Rather question for our Right Around Table.
My favorite thing is that really scary possum park. I want to go to that really bad.
Lester's
Oh.
Possum
I want to
Park.
go to Lester's Possum Park, and I want a possum hat.
Even as
Yeah,
a
Possum
kid-
Hat is cool.
Yeah.
As a kid, that scene always used to like
Creep you out.
not so much creep me out, just made me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Because
weird.
still
Honey
ma-
Boo Boo is in the crowd.
It still made me uncomfortable, but I still like it.
Yeah, Cam loves being uncomfortable.
I do. It's my favorite.
So Goofy lives in Columbus, Ohio, according
Okay.
to that map.
Okay.
So Wreck My Podcast does Columbus, Ohio.
let's go. Let's
We're going.
let's do
Let's
it.
go.
Let's go.
We could fly to Columbus, Ohio, and then do the exact same road trip back to LA.
Oh, with all the like crazy squirrel burglar wise.
But we have to get a car that can float down a river.
Yeah. Also, where's that junction that says California
California,
one way, Idaho
Idaho.
the other? I don't think that junction exists. Pretty sure it
There's
doesn't.
a lot of stuff in between those two places.
Also, like, would Goofy have not figured it out if he wasn't looking at the map? Like, the sign pops up that says California one way, Idaho the other. Like, how was Max gonna play that one off?
Yeah.
Like, how is he playing that one off?
his dad is so dumb that like, oh, I'm just gonna follow the map and not remember what I wrote down. Go
Yeah,
hard.
it's dumb.
Gorge.
So Goofy is the only main cast member, as in Mickey, Donald, all them, to have a kid, which means it is the only confirmed cast member that is boned. So
or that doesn't use a condom.
that too, yes.
What's that?
Now let's talk about Goofy. He used to be called George Geef.
Geef? His name was Geefy?
George, no,
like
Geef,
like,
just Geef.
Like Geef.
He probably went by Geefy like he goes
George
by Krager.
Geef.
like Geefy Sutherland.
Yes, like Geefy Sutherland. He was an everyman, so he pretty much had every job in existence in all those old cartoons and everything. And he wasn't like a goofy, goobery type of dude that he was. He was definitely like,
Yeah.
he was an alcoholic at one point.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Everyone's been there.
yeah.
Like it.
Me too.
So they like George Geef. That's what they're talking about. Nothing else actually going on except George Geef. Finally, the Goofy Holler is a stock sound effect that was done in the short called The Art of Skiing that Goofy was in, where the original like "Yo-ho-ho-hoy," and then they just use that as a stock sound effect for everything that Goofy's in. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so pretty much, man, these topic episodes, we've been doing like 50 billion hours on our around
Yeah.
table, and then these topic ones are
40
like
minutes.
30 minutes. Yeah, we're at
Yeah.
29 minutes
Yeah.
right now, and most of that's not even like fully usable for this stuff. So I feel kind of bad that like our topics are getting a little bit less love here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all I have, guys.
What did we do last week?
I looked at. I
we do
have
last
another fun
Captain
fact.
Marvel.
Oh yeah,
that's
Captain
right, that's
Marvel.
right, that's right.
That was an hour long.
I have another. Fun
Tell us some fun facts. Drag this thing out. Make people
Fun
hate that they're
facts.
listening.
Fun facts with Krager, more
I will
fun
say,
facts.
my favorite
Fun facts with
Goofy
Krager,
cartoon
fun
Yeah, what's your favorite Goofy
facts.
cartoon?
is the one where he's like working out in his. He has like all this like gym equipment shipped to his
And then it's like
apartment or something.
let him watch.
Yes. And he's doing all these workouts. Does no one know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't. I know the SpongeBob episode where he works out with teddy bears.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
I don't know.
No,
this
there's
one.
a Goofy one. It's really funny. I'll have to show you.
I like the Goofy part where they teach how to golf, and like they do this weird thing where he's like, leg straight, butt bent, and then like he does this weird like, but, like it's kind of like how Charles Barkley golfs. Have you ever seen Charles
yeah,
Barkley?
yeah.
It's
Well, I mean, everybody notices his pause and his hesitation.
like that.
It's got a massive hitch in there.
Yeah.
That's what the workout one is like.
Oh, it's like super
teaching you how to
crazy.
work out.
I think
Yeah.
that's all Goofy used to be, which is why he was like,
Like
the
how
everyman,
to-
like
Goofy's
the
cartoons
how-tos.
were how-to videos.
Yeah. And then wasn't Donald Duck like PTSD, like
No,
he
I
goes
was
to World
about
War
to say,
II?
Cam showed us one where like Donald's a Nazi.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, that one I think is a banned episode now.
It is banned. But yeah, he was Hitler.
Disney
Okay.
propaganda.
So the fun fact I saw
Yeah.
was, Dax is one of the very few Disney characters to actually age.
Max, yeah, you're right.
At least
He goes to college.
Out of the movie, I can't talk today. Mickey,
Just
Minnie,
today?
Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, Pluto, and Goofy never age, but Max was a preteen in Goof Troop, a high schooler in a Goofy movie, and a college student in an extremely Goofy
Yep.
movie.
You know what's weird about an extremely goofy movie? That's not a musical, but this one is.
I've never
Hence why-
actually seen
hence
an
why-
extremely goofy movie.
How? That's
Are
the best
you
one.
freaking kidding me?
I
What do you
love
mean?
that one.
I
It still
only
holds up.
watched the Goofy movie.
It still holds up.
No, extremely Goofy movie is a lot better.
That's what I'm saying. I
It's
just watched
so-
that one like
oh,
a
I
few
love
months
that
ago,
one.
and it's so freaking
Oh, man.
good.
I haven't seen it in forever.
Oh, it's so awesome.
They sell Powerland shirts at Target still.
They do.
Do
sell
they?
Power Rangers shirts
Ah.
with tour dates on the back.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
They're all like 1992 or something.
Yeah, it's all really dope.
I
do
love
you,
that.
Do you know what PJ stands for?
Pete Jr.
Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam.
It's Pete Jr.
Pinky Jug.
Penis juice.
Potato Junction.
Potbelly Jock.
Pervert Jamaica.
We're just saying random
Yeah.
words now. Pervert Jordan.
Oh.
Puberty hit Jordan. PHJ.
Purge.
Purge.
Huge.
Purge. As we get to the end of these episodes, we just devolve into us going saying weird things.
Yeah,
and it
prostitute jalapeno.
Yeah, it turns into a car crash.
Mankind.
Yeah, that
it
was
turns
it.
into
That
mankind.
was
Mick Foley.
aggressive.
That was aggressive,
That
yeah.
was highly aggressive.
You're
You're an aggressive woman.
Sacco?
Hey, it's 420.
Is it 420 right now?
Sick.
So we're gonna end this podcast
420.
on 420 because I've never done pot in my life.
Yeah.
So
Neither have Joe
guys,
and I.
Yeah, guys,
What's that?
guys,
Person. People.
guys. Do we want to figure out what we're gonna do for next week's now?
Sure.
Are we doing the one that girl requested?
Oh yeah, we're doing Rush Hour.
Actually, speaking of which, Chelsea has been telling me all week she really wants to be on the Rush Hour episode.
Okay, cool. She could be on the Rush Hour. So special guest next week. is
Chelsea Griffin.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
She's not in town next weekend.
Maybe we want to postpone it one weekend because I just remember too next weekend on Saturday I have 2 other podcasts I'm
Okay,
being on.
let's do another one.
So we'll do something a little bit easier maybe.
Can we do a like a wreck my stomach or a wreck my
No,
something?
I'm
Oh, how
I
about like
forgot
a
to bring
decades
it.
quiz or something?
Darn it, I forgot to bring something today. So I have these little dark chocolate liquor bottles that
I
have the
love those.
liquor
Oh,
inside.
Yeah,
those are
yeah.
And
so
now they're like
good.
the weird ones because I ate all the good ones.
Do you have
So-
like a tequila one?
Yeah, like and like really gross like Bacardi like 151 or something
Oh.
like yeah. So
I'm down.
We're gonna do
Jaeger.
those. What else? I think next week will be a cool to do like a compilation one of like like a decade, like the 90s. Like
Yeah.
bring in some things to eat, some things to drink. We could like discuss or do like a trivia thing again where like
Yeah.
we did the 90s theme songs or
Yeah.
whatever, like something along those
Yeah,
lines.
let's do something like that.
Just super 90s, and then we could just relish in the 90s
I'm
and,
down.
and eat relish.
I'll bring the
I
Zimas.
don't like relish.
I'd be
You don't
very
like
down
relish?
to
Can you get
relish
Zimas right
in
now?
the
Yeah,
90s.
they have Zimas.
Okay, so we'll drink
I
Zimas.
can
Zima's
bring,
back.
I can bring emphysema.
Okay. Zimas and yeah. So that'd be really cool. But then speaking of, we have some new listeners and we told them that if they listened to us, we would do Rush Hour for them in the weeks to come.
They're basically hecklers from trivia.
From trivia. But
And I told them if they subscribe, we'll do their thing.
yeah, so pretty much we
And
sell
they'll
out
watch Rush
for
Hour.
really easy guys. But so we'll do Rush Hour eventually. It'll be like a week or 2 weeks maybe probably from
Yeah.
now, and then we'll have
About-
Chelsea on, which will be super cool. Yeah, about 2 weeks ago.
I bet 2 weeks like, oh.
And then check me out. I'm hopefully going to be on a Patreon exclusive show for Jason and Mindy
Oh, that's
called
awesome.
WTF is Success, where apparently Jason thinks I'm successful in something. So he's going to ask me some questions.
He actually broached me about being on the week after you.
Oh,
so,
cool. Perfect. So that'll be good. That's fun. And then we'll hopefully be on their podcast, like a mega podcast, like we said,
Oh,
down the line.
I'm so excited for that.
I think I'm going to be interviewed by Breaker and Bane's Power Hour next weekend or something
Nice.
like
Look at
that.
you,
So
man.
that's cool. So that'll be a lot of fun. So some things coming up for sure. Cam is still the champion. Krager
Still the champ.
has boobs on his shirt.
And Joe choked like the Atlanta Falcons.
All right.
Yeah, my comeback was like TB12.
Yeah, you're a patriot. You like to go to sex shops.
No, that's just Robert Kraft, I think.
Yeah, it's
What's
just-
wrong with going to sex shops?
Yeah, what's wrong? I buy lube there.
Yeah, I buy lube there.
What do you use the lube for, though?
I am married.
There's many. you can
Having
use,
sex with my wife, Krager.
you can use lube for a lot of things.
You
Yeah.
could. It's actually
I was setting you up for a funny for
It's actually,
something funny.
those like slippery, squishy
Those
things.
silicone
from
tube
Yeah, the
things?
silicone tubes. If you put lube on it, it makes it even more fun.
Yeah, it's a blast.
That's what I use it for. Only that. Anyway, that's the end of the podcast. I'm going to plug it up here real quick. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter.
That's what he's using the loop
That's
for.
what I'm using the loop for. Plug it up real quick. Instagram and Twitter with the handle @WreckMyPodcast, or shoot us an email. If you have a suggestion for a show, if you go to our Patreon, God bless you, Joe. If you go to our Patreon and subscribe at the $5 tier or higher, you could tell us what to do and we have to do it.
Yeah.
But if you want to suggest something, we may possibly do it. As you can see, we sold out real easy for the Rush Hour crowd.
Yeah, we did.
Yo.
So that they can listen to the Rush Hour podcast while in rush hour traffic out here in SoCal. So email us at wreckmypodcast@gmail.com. We're on all major podcasting apps. If you're listening to us, you obviously know that. We're also on YouTube. So if you want to see us, go on there and subscribe to YouTube so that you can win a art book by my father-in-law. All you got to do is subscribe to YouTube and you get in the running. And April 1st, I'm going to put the winner on there and we'll ship it to you. Rate, review, subscribe really helps us out. If you want to support us, go to patreon.com/wreckmypodcast. I said it on Monday, but if you don't listen to Monday's episode, we have some new reward in the tiers where you get fun gifts like Funko Pops and stuff like that. So you actually get something pretty valuable for your subscription. So go ahead, do that. Thank you to our patrons now. We have Ryan Buds, who has an awesome podcast called Trivia with Buds, so go ahead and check him out. Phen of Phen Enterprises and the Difference Between Us podcast. They are all our patrons. Thank you very much to all of them. You going to say something, Krager? No. If you don't like us enough to be our patron, don't worry. If you go to wreckmypodcast.com, click the Amazon link at the top. It'll take you to Amazon. It's a little banner. Shop like normal. Gives us a little bit of money. That really helps us out. I would appreciate it if everyone listening would just do that because it's not freaking hard and it really helps us out financially and you don't pay anything.
It's super easy.
It helps us. I mean, we need money to like rent some of these things, these movies we're watching, get new. That money is coming from Patreon because my Amazon.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's where that money's coming from.
yeah, we use the Patreon money for that. The Amazon money I use for things. So thank you to Ben from Petrified Gumbo Music for making some of our amazing songs. If you have a podcast or show that you need composition for, hit him up at petrifiedgumbomusic.com. We have episodes every Monday come out called Around a Round Table where we just shoot the breeze. It's a lot of fun. It's becoming longer and longer every week. I love it. We have episodes every Wednesday like this that are on a topic. Craig, you're like zoned out right now.
Oh,
We have Wednesdays like this.
Wake me up.
Thank you for that.
slave mode.
So yeah, every Wednesday we have theme topics. Thank you to my guests for being here and talking about a Goofy movie and watching it.
You got it.
Yeah.
Our pleasure.
Gotta go fast.
Thankfully,
Gotta go fast.
I just said, and thankfully, final to our listeners.
Thankful final to our listener.
And finally, thank you to our listeners because without you, we'd be like a tree in the forest made into paper.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.
Gosh. Bye, I love you.
Bye.
Roxanne.
You don't have to put on that red dress.
Danny Trejo, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, bye.
Open up your eyes, take a look at me. Get the picture fixed in your memory. I'm driven by the rhythm like the beat of a heart, and I won't stop until I start to stand out. Stand up, oh, come on. Some people settle for the typical thing, living all their lives waiting in the wings. It ain't a question of if, just a matter of time before I move to the front of the line. And once you're watching every move that I make, you gotta believe that I got all it takes to stand out above the crowd, even if I gotta shout out loud. So mine is the only face that you'll see. Gonna stand out till you notice me.
like
plenty
her
of
brother's
fluids.
birthday.
Wash your
So
hands
she had, like, her
frequently,
family over at her
rest,
house right now. She
and
made,
take
like,
fever
a bunch of food
reducers
and
as
some
needed.
drinks and stuff.
I'm probably
We
not
also
because I
have
gotta
many
edit
new
this and
options
get
for
it sent
care,
out tonight and
including
everything.
telephone
So.
appointments, video visits, emailing your doctor, and cold and flu advice. Get immediate online care, including prescriptions if needed, by scheduling an e-visit through www.kp.org or use your kp.org mobile app. If you feel the need to be seen, we continue to offer services
I feel the need to be
24
seen.
hours a day.
I see you.
Remember to live well, be well, and thrive. To listen to this message again, please press 1.
Oh God, please press 1.
Hello.
No.
Broadly distributed message from Kaiser Permanente.
So I just got that right as we ended the round
Thanks
round
for
table.
that, Kreger.
That's some quality B-roll.
Yeah.
Emphasis on the B-hole.
B-hole roll. That's what we do. We B-hole the rolls here.
Well, I'm really mad because like I had so many friends and ex-girlfriends tell me you need to watch Stranger Things, and I just never got onto it.
See?
And
And now I'm telling you. Is there anything left in this? No. We are done with beer for a Goofy movie.
okay, that's one thing I want to talk to you about. Like, I was really stoked that we were going to do the round table on Saturday.
Yeah.
And the Goofy on Sunday.
I know. I
because-
wanted to do it too, but then timing
I know.
just
Well,
didn't
because
work
I
out.
feel like we're a little bit fatigued and we're a little bit intoxicated by the second one, so I feel like the quality is dipping.
I don't think we're intoxicated at all, but
No, but like you get what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
when you have like a single beer, you become tired.
that's true.
So that's more I think.
That's
what's going
true.
on.
No, it's true. It is nicer to kind of split them up into
Yeah.
2 days, although it does then require us to all take time out on 2 days instead of just
But
one.
then again, if we whatever we're doing it on, if we watch it like separately,
Yeah.
then it's not that big a deal because it's literally like an hour to an hour and a half
Yeah.
on a Saturday and a Sunday. That's really easy to work.
That's
out.
true. That's true. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll keep playing it how we're playing it.
Play it by
Large.
ear.
All right. So you guys. Oh no, I didn't write intros for the guests on this one.
Hold on, I think I
I'm off the seat of my pants.
oh, hold on.
That's dirty.
Yeah.
That's what I did today. Besides Cam's, I came up with both yours and mine.
I could
For
do
a Goofy movie theme.
I could do
Oh.
I could do everyone's intros.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Here, you want to start us off, Cam? You could be our lead in for this one.
Yeah, I got this.
Something for him to. Oh no.
No,
No.
there's nothing
No,
there
there's
because I didn't
nothing.
write anything.
Rate my podcast